All right, ready to dive deep.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Today, we're taking on anaerobic exercise. I think you might be surprised by what we find out. We know it's intense, right? But we're going way past just the basics.
Right.
We're diving deep into an article from health.com, and we've got this YouTube video, too, from the Fit Father Project.
Yeah, those are great resources for sure.
So,
Definitely going to uncover some interesting stuff.
yeah, exactly. Some eye-opening stuff, I think.
Yeah. You know, what I find so fascinating about anaerobic exercise is it's like it changes how our bodies use energy.
Okay.
We're not talking like, just going for a relaxed jog, right?
Right.
This is like
Yeah.
you're pushing your limits. And that's when your body, it taps into this whole other energy system.
So we're not talking about like casually just, walking on the treadmill or something like
Yeah,
that.
no, it's
Yeah.
repeats.
But I have to say, like the science behind it, sometimes it's like, whoa, it's like a foreign language, Like how does my body even know, like, okay, now I'm going to switch from using oxygen to what is it? Like what else fuels those like crazy intense bursts of energy?
Right, right. Yeah.
It's kind of wild when you think about it.
It is. That's where ATP comes in.
Right.
Like the full name is adenosine triphosphate, but
Okay.
it's basically like, think of it as like the energy currency, like for your cells.
Okay.
So your body's got different ways to make this ATP stuff.
Okay.
And when you're doing aerobic exercise,
hmm
you've got, plenty of oxygen going.
Right.
Your body breaks down carbs and fat, makes ATP nice and efficient. But then you hit those high-intensity anaerobic zones, and your oxygen supply just can't keep up with how much energy you need.
So, whoa, too much.
Exactly, yeah.
So my body's like, hold on, I need energy, like now.
Give it to me. Yeah,
And I can't wait for the oxygen to catch up.
yeah. You need a faster way to make ATP, basically. And that's when your body starts relying more on glucose,
Oh, okay.
because you can break that down really fast without needing as much oxygen.
Okay.
So, like, a good way to think about it is, like, aerobic exercise, that's your marathon runner.
Okay.
Nice and steady.
Okay, yeah.
Anaerobic exercise, you're a sprinter, right?
Yeah.
Like explosive, powerful, but just for those short bursts.
Oh, okay. So it's like my body has a backup generator.
Right.
That kicks in when things get like really intense.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of intense, though, this whole thing has me think this is something I've always wondered about.
Okay. Yeah. What's that?
Is there really such a thing as a fat burning zone?
Ah, yes.
You know that idea that you have to be in a certain heart rate range to like effectively burn calories? Like is that a real thing?
That is the fat burning zone myth. It's a classic. And this is where like understanding how anaerobic exercise actually works, it can be really helpful. So it's true. During aerobic exercise, your body, it mainly burns fat for fuel.
Oh, okay.
But here's the kicker. Anaerobic exercise, it has this after effect. It's called EPOC.
EPOC. Okay, what is that?
It stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption.
Excess post-exercise.
Yeah, a bit of a mouthful.
It sounds intense,
Yeah,
but in a good way, I hope.
intense. Yeah, but it's a good thing, definitely.
Okay, good.
Basically, even though you're burning mostly carbs during those really intense anaerobic bits, your metabolism, it gets this like huge kickstart afterward.
Okay, so even after I finish working out.
Oh yeah.
Really?
We're talking up to 36 hours later, your body's still working hard, burning more calories, tapping into your fat stores to like recover and rebuild.
Hold on, so you're saying like even after I'm done with my workout, my body's still like burning calories like crazy.
Yeah,
That almost seems too good to be true.
it does. Right, but that's one of the reasons why anaerobic exercise is so effective.
Yeah.
Especially, when you're trying to like make the most of your time,
Right, right.
because you get this boost to your metabolism that lasts way longer than just, when you're at the gym.
Okay, that is pretty amazing. Like this whole EPOC thing, it's got me thinking like maybe I need to like rethink how I'm exercising altogether.
Yeah, it's definitely a game changer.
But okay, I have to ask like before I go full on sprinter mode, is anaerobic exercise safe for like everyone? Should everyone be doing this?
That's always a good question to ask, and it's like you should definitely check with your doctor before starting any new workout routine, especially like if you have any health conditions or anything like that.
And of course.
But the great thing about anaerobic exercise is that it's like super adaptable.
Okay.
You can still get the benefits without having to become like a power lifter or a marathon runner.
So like what does that
Like-
look like practically speaking? Like how does someone like kind of ease into anaerobic exercise without overdoing it.
It's really about finding what works for your body, your fitness level.
Yep.
You don't have to jump in like full
Right.
force.
Right.
Even adding like short bursts of high intensity activity into your day can make a difference.
Okay.
Like think about adding some strengths into your jog, maybe taking the stairs instead of the elevator, little things like that.
Yeah.
Or even try like a bodyweight circuit training routine at home.
Those are good ideas.
Yeah.
It's not about like changing your whole life. It's just like those small little
Yeah, exactly.
sustainable things.
Sustainable, exactly.
Which that actually reminds me of something else that was really interesting in these articles in the video. They both talked about how anaerobic exercise, it's not just about our physical health, it affects our mental game too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tend to separate like the physical and the mental, but they're totally connected.
Right.
And the research on anaerobic exercises is showing that like those connections are really powerful.
It's funny because when I think of things that are good for my mental health, I'm like, oh, meditation or yoga,
Right. Yeah.
Not necessarily like pushing myself to my physical limits.
Yeah, it seems counterintuitive, right?
Yeah.
But those like intense bursts of effort, they actually set off like this whole cascade of good things in your brain.
Wow.
You're increasing blood flow, you're boosting those hormones, those growth factors. It's like hitting the refresh button on your brain cells.
So it's like a mental workout
Exactly.
as much as a physical one. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And they even mention like there might even be a link with like reducing the risk of certain cancers.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. There's more research to be done always, but what they're finding so far is really promising.
Yeah.
It seems like the way your body responds to this kind of exercise, the metabolism boost, the hormone shifting, it might also play a role in like slowing down cancer cell growth.
Yeah.
Which is pretty amazing.
That's incredible.
But even beyond that, we shouldn't underestimate the mental and emotional benefits of just feeling strong, feeling empowered in your body.
Yeah, for sure.
That feeling of accomplishment, it can impact other parts of your life too.
That's so true. But okay, I have to be honest. When I think of anaerobic exercise, I kind of always think like weights, right? Or like really high impact movements. Is that accurate? Is that what it always has to be?
Not at all. No, that's
Yeah.
another one of those common misconceptions.
Okay.
While weightlifting and HIIT workouts, they're great. Those are fantastic forms of anaerobic exercise.
Right.
They're not the only way to do it.
Okay.
Even things like yoga or Pilates, they can become anaerobic. It all depends on like how intense it is, how much you're focusing on like challenging your muscles.
Okay. So it's not just about the specific activity. It's more about like
Pushing your limit.
pushing your limits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes me feel better. Because I think that speaks to this idea of like finding what works for you, right?
Yeah,
and
cool.
what fits into your life. Like you don't need a gym membership. You don't need a trainer
Right.
to get the benefits of anaerobic exercise. You can just,
It's everywhere.
yeah, find those little ways to challenge yourself.
Absolutely.
I like that. So, okay, we've talked about what it is, why it's good for you. We've busted some myths along the way. But before we wrap up our deep dive here, I'm just curious, is there anything else from those sources that stood out to you that our listeners should know about?
As we were talking about all the benefits, the EPS effect,
Yeah.
the mental clarity, the cancer prevention possibility, it just hit me like we have so much control,
Yeah.
over our health just by making some simple changes. And we often try to make it way more complicated than it needs to be.
I agree. And that actually makes me think of something else from the YouTube video.
Okay, yeah.
They were talking about how even incorporating like really small bursts of anaerobic activity into our day,
Oh, yeah.
like as simple as, taking a few flights of stairs.
Yeah.
Or like going for a brisk walk at lunch.
Right.
That can actually have a big impact over time.
Absolutely. It all adds up. And, sometimes just knowing that even those small changes can make a difference, it can be more motivating
Yeah.
than trying to like change your whole life overnight.
Or like every little bit helps, right?
Yeah, totally. It
Yeah.
all adds up. And sometimes, just realizing that those small changes can actually make a difference that can be more motivating than trying to like completely overhaul your entire life.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Small steps, big results, feels a lot more doable that way. So as we kind of wrap up our deep dive here into this whole world of anaerobic exercise, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about. We talked about all these benefits, this afterburn effect, the mental clarity, maybe even preventing some diseases, but it really comes down to this. What if, like, just adding in a few of these high intensity bursts, even in small ways, manageable ways, what if that could actually, like, totally change your health and well-being?
Right. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Like, what if that quick 15-minute HIIT workout,
Yeah.
what if that not only, like, reshaped your body, but also, like, sharpened your mind,
Yeah.
got your blood sugar under control, maybe even lowered your risk of, like, those long-term health problems down the road?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, like, thinking beyond just the number on the scale, right?
Oh, really?
And realizing our bodies can do so much more than we often give them credit for.
It's like unlocking that potential, that hidden potential.
Exactly. And who knows, you might actually find you enjoy those high-intensity challenges.
You never know.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, but at least we've got that afterburn effect to keep us warm.
That's right.
Well, this was fun. Thanks for diving in with me. And to everyone listening, I hope this inspires you to get moving, maybe try something new, discover that power of anaerobic exercise for yourself. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, keep diving deep.